Yo, still feels what's the deal, man? Peep game, man. We ain't got an opportunity to talk about it. And maybe it's for the better because now it's fight week. But I'm actually disappointed that this fight is going down on the pay-per-view because I really wanted to see this shit. Because I'd be damned if I pay for that goddamn pay-per-view. But Jason Rosario versus Erickson Lubin. Man, I think that shit is gonna be a whew. I think that's gonna be a good fight. That might out main event the main event. You feel me? That's how I'm feeling about it, man. Because I have zero interest in Mario Barrios versus Tank, no interest whatsoever. But Rosario versus Lubin, I'm like, yo, man. I think both are not coming off. They both share a common loss in dramatic fashion to Jermell Charlo. Erickson Lubin more so than Jason Rosario, because he clipped that man in one round. But I think they're both gonna use that as a talking point up into this. Like, yeah, man, and they both. Well, maybe Lubin clear as day wants to avenge that loss. Rosario, I'm not too sure about, but Lubin wants to avenge that loss, like in the worst way. And he's doing what it is that he has to do in order to rectify that shit. Because he wants that fade. He wants that back. So, Rosario, I think, is looking to, get his legs back up underneath him and get back on the road. He was just a champion, man. He just beat J-Rock and got a strap up there and then loses it in his first title defense in the unification match. It was just like, And like I said, I think he was a little bit nervous going into that fight with Charlo, because even his energy before that match was just that energy that Golovkin was giving to Andre Ward. That I don't think I'm ready for that. I don't think I'm ready for that. And even in that fight, I just think he was in that fight. I don't know what motherfuckers remember, but I think it was 2 official knockdowns. That first knockdown was like kind of goofy to me. It was 2 official knockdowns, but he was winning the exchanges. And Charlo would go inactive in the fight. He would go really inactive. But I think he wants to right that wrong. Maybe not against Charlo, but just he wants to get that stain off of his resume. He has a couple of knockout losses, but none as dramatic as that. You dig? So I think this fight is gonna be a toss-up, man. But I'd have to. I think Lubin is a lot sharper of a he's more technically sound. He has the better jab. He has the better feet. Better defensively. You dig? The combination punch and the speed. Just, defense. I think he's the sharper fighter. But like I said before, a lot of times it isn't about who has the most tools in their toolbox. It's just about who does what better. And I think with Jason Rosario, and one thing about Jason Rosario, I think he doesn't get as much credit for his counter punching. I think he's a good counter puncher inside. You dig? I think I think he's a really good counter puncher about mid distance to inside. I think he's a pretty good counter puncher. But it's also his aggression, and he hits like a fucking mule. Clear as day. That dude can punch. That dude can punch. Like, he can go up and fight at 60. That dude can punch. But he's just his will, his aggression, his power. It's a lot. It's that when it comes to Jason Rosario, man. He isn't as polished as Erickson Lubin, but he's good. He's really good at what he does. He's really good at what he does. I don't fuck what you say. You gotta be good at what you do to beat J-Rock. And you know, he hit J-Rock with some heat in his hood. And now, you know, that's another thing right there. You know, the kid has heart. He had doubts going into that Charlo fight, but he has heart, most definitely. He most definitely has heart. I just think I don't think he was ready for the aggression of Charlo. You know, you gotta match Charlo's aggression when you come to fight him. You know, when you come to fight him, he's more aggressive than his brother. But I think Erickson Lubin is the sharper between the two of them, man. He's just, you know, he's been in with the. Has he been in with the better competition? I don't know. They have similar opponents in Nathaniel Gallimore. The difference is Gallimore stopped Rosario and Lubin beat Gallimore. Yeah, I might even say Rosario has been in with the better competition, because I think J-Rock I think he's as high as it gets, you dig? Not as high, but I mean, he was a champion. He was a world champion. I think J-Rock is, you know, technically he's the best, but I think personally he's the best boxer in the division. And I'd rate Lubin and Tony Harrison right up under that. But I just think Lubin has, despite Rosario being in there with the better competition, I think Lubin is the more polished fighter, and I'd have to edge Lubin in this fight. I personally don't care who wins. I would like both of them to, you know, even, you know, if I just hope it's a good fight, man. Because I think, you know, we in this era where niggas is just, oh man, you know, he lost, he got knocked out, so shut the fuck up. I think it's a good fight. I think it's a great fight, actually, man. I think I think it's gonna live up to his reputation. I think it's gonna live up to his reputation for the diehards, people who love the sport. They don't just follow a particular fighter. This should be a dynamite fight. This should be a dynamite fight. So I would have to edge Lubin. Just, I don't know, man. He just faster hands. He's just faster on his feet. He's sharper with the countering. Southpaw. Yes, you know, really good defense. I gotta go with Lubin in this fight. But I do think it's a 50-50 fight. And I'm telling you, man, Jason Rosario, if Lubin can punish him on the inside when he comes, because he's gonna meet him. He's coming in aggressive. He's coming in aggressive. I know for a fact he is. After that, he won. He's coming in. He's coming in like, nah, man, I'm getting back in my bag. Lubin has to do, you know, he has to, you know, he's good on the inside. He's good in the clinch, man. He's good, you know what I'm saying, roughing you up in the clinch, wrapping up when necessary. He gets busy in the clinch. He gets busy. So I'd have to edge him in this fight. But it is a 50-50 fight, man. It's really a 50-50 fight. And I'm mad as fuck that I'm not gonna see it, or at least not on Saturday. Because I'll be damned if I already told y'all about that shit. I'm not paying no goddamn $70 to watch Gervonta Davis fight Mario Barrios. I'm not doing it. I'd pay that shit to watch him fight somebody in his division that he belongs in. I'll do that. I'll pay to watch him fight Tevin or JoJo or fucking, who else is at 30? Burchell, Stevenson, Valdez, Jamel Herring. I'd pay to watch him fight all of them cats. Barrios, no. And I don't even think he's gonna win that fight. So that's how I'm feeling about it, man. But that's off subject. But yeah, Lubin for the win. I have to edge Lubin. But this is a toss-up pick'em fight. This is the definition of a pick'em, if you ask me. Because neither one of these dudes is out of the question of winning, bro. Either one of these cats can win that fight. I do think Rosario has the bigger punch. Not even think. I know he has the bigger punch. He has the bigger punch. The heavier hands. You know, Lubin can keep that defense tight. He can come out victorious. Make them miss, make them pay. So I'm going with Lubin in this fight. You know, 12-round decision. I don't care if it's majority. I don't care if it's split. I don't care if it's fucking unanimous. Just give us a great fight, man. Y'all both need it. Y'all both need it. Lubin's been on the road since his knockout loss in, what was that, 2016, 2015? He's been on the road. He's been a lot more. He's been active. He's been on the road. Jason needs this win, honestly, more so than Lubin, because Lubin hasn't had any hiccups since the Charlo loss. He hasn't had any hiccups. Rosario needs this win. And not even a win. You just need to make it competitive. You need to make it do what it is that you got to do to make it a draw or a split decision. You have to, it has to be a draw. If you lose, it has to be a draw. I mean, you either have to draw, or if you lose, it has to be a split decision. It has to be. Just get in there and get that man a good fight, man. I know you're not nervous. I ain't heard no interviews from you. I know you want to get back to where you was, man. I already know. And I got faith that you will, and I got faith that you're going to put up a fight. But if I got to pick, man, I got to go with Lubin. So let me know what y'all think, man. Peace.